Hey guys, welcome back to Installer's Assistant. I'm Marty, and today we are going to work on the buttons of the 40 series Toyota Aurion or Camry, same basic thing. Mine is the Brasara model, which is why I've got dual climate control and a few other features, but this should be very much the same across the board. I'm not a huge fan of the silver look, so I went and purchased new buttons. Flash, black, all the buttons are the same on both sides. I also don't like the wear marks coming through here, that's just tacky. So we need to get these buttons off. Step number one, before you do anything at all to do with airbags, always disconnect the battery. So let's do that first. Done. Safety first. Alright. Next thing we need to do is get the airbag off. Now, generally speaking, I would recommend you wait a little while before doing this to let everything discharge, but I've already done it, so. Okay. In here, where your cruise control stalkers, there's two little dummy plates. Now, if you don't have cruise control on your particular steering wheel, there could be nothing in here. It'll still be a dummy plate because in there is a torque screw. It's a T30 and it holds your airbag on. Let's pry this one off as well. Okay, so let's grab my T30 and hopefully you can see right about there. You see that? There's a T30. Okay. Now, like I said, I've already had this off, so this one's not as tight. But generally speaking, the very first time you do it, that will be rock solid. Now, if it is, there's a technique you can use. Okay. Same thing on this side. T30. So if you find that you're just cannot get motion on it, this is what you do. Get another screwdriver, drop into your handle and use that for leverage. Just make sure this part always stays straight, so with pressure on here to keep it in place, and turn, and you'll find that should be enough to crack it. Now you can loosen this off as much as you like, it will not come out. It's designed to keep the screw in place. So that means that should now be removable. Okay. Now, in our situation, we are not actually going to take this out. We don't need to, but you can just pry these off so these yellow bits pop out and that will fall off and the airbag comes out of the car. But we don't need to, so I'm not going to bother. Alright, down the side here, there's one Phillips screw. Take that out, okay, and then this button assembly will slide out. If it doesn't, because it's just really tight, no problem. My trusty pry tool in the middle there, in between the alloy of the steering system and the black plastic of our clips. Let's pop it in, and you'll find this whole thing will just pull forward towards you. Okay, it will hook in here, just drop it down, that one's loose. Alright, side two, same thing, one Phillips screw down here. And same pry tool. Let's give that a bit of gentle persuasion. And again, that will normally be tucked under here. That's that one loose. Okay. Just put that out of the way. Right, both of these go to a single plug on here. Very simple. Push the button down, pull the plug out, and it's free. Okay. The other half of this, there's a black wire also attached. It goes onto an airbag. So let's see if we can just pop that off. We cannot, which is what it's like on this one. I'm going to need a hook tool of some form. Just to give it a bit of coaxing. Gotcha. Okay. So we can get back where you came from. You know what? Let's just pop that one out too. And that is my old horrible plastic switches. So, new ones. In reverse. Push that on. It should line up beautifully. Go with the first Phillips screw. And our second Phillips. Drop that one under. Now I can plug that back in. Okay. Grab my airbag. Plug back in the same black wire that we took off before. Drop that on with our T30 again. We'll tighten up our two T30 screws. Okay, on there. There. This is an airbag, so I'll give it a bit extra tighten. Put our plastic covers back on. Looks pretty good. Okay. Let's go and reconnect the battery. And that should be, might need the keys. Beautiful. So theoretically, I should be able to change everything on my dash, my button. Lovely. This is great. And job done.